My name's Robin Lewis. I'm half Japanese and half English, and I run a organization called Social Innovation Japan, as well as a sustainability platform called the MyMizu. I've been active in the sustainability space for about 12 or 13 years now, and I really always wanted to do something creative around technology, getting people involved, like collective action, and then leading it to impact. And so the idea behind MyMizu came actually in Okinawa, where my co-founder and I went to a beach, and there's all these beautiful scenery and lovely beaches and things, but there was one area that was just covered in plastic waste, and there was bento boxes and cosmetics packaging, all kinds of stuff. But the number one thing we found was plastic bottles. And we thought, how can we solve this problem in a creative way that will hopefully lead to a big change? So that was really the moment when we thought, okay, let's do something creative, let's use technology, let's use collective action and make something interesting. MyMizu it's a crowdsourced and co-created platform. So it's not a service that we provide to people, it's one that we make together with people. So people can add information about water points around Japan and actually around the world as well, where you can refill your water bottle for free without the plastic. We also have a large network of shops and businesses joining our platform every day, where they say it's okay to come into our shop, our store, and refill your water bottle for free as well. So we're kind of co-creating this new ecosystem without the single-use plastic. The biggest obstacles, firstly, was around awareness, specifically around consumer awareness. I think a lot of people think that if we put plastic rubbish in the bin, it'll be recycled and come back as some kind of new product. But in reality, we know that a lot of plastic waste ends up being burnt in incineration plants, or worst case, ends up funneling into our rivers, our oceans, and our natural environment. So the first thing is really getting people to understand why this problem is so important. Secondly, I would say our mission is not just to reduce plastic bottles, it's actually to get people involved in some kind of collective action for sustainability. And through that, change consumer behavior at scale. Some of the challenges we've had have been around really scaling across the world. We do have users, for example, in some 50 countries, but we really have high ambitions to keep growing and ultimately to be able to provide our platform anywhere in the world. So we've had lots and lots of challenges, but firstly was definitely the gap in awareness of the problem, and secondly was around scaling our platform. Yeah, we do have people using MyMizu in places such as India. We have people in other countries as well that don't necessarily have potable, like drinkable water. And what's interesting there is there are certain places where you can refill your water bottle with potable water in those countries, but it's really difficult to have the same scale, the same level of impact as in Japan and other countries like that. So it's a difficult one. For us, we're focusing right now primarily on the Japanese market and other countries that have readily available potable water. But going forward, the grand vision would be if we could do this in countries without potable water. That would be a huge impact. But that's also like the moonshot idea where we think, how big can we go with this idea? So there's a lot of exciting opportunities, but for now we're focusing mainly on those countries. In 5 to 10 years, I genuinely hope that anywhere in the world we'll be able to access water without the plastic. And that's not just because of the plastic issue, it's also about providing people with hydration options to keep them healthy, keep them safe, And I think one of the core things for us has been around really having fun, enjoying things while doing environmental action. So, as I mentioned before, our goal is not just to reduce plastic bottles. It's really to get people engaged and to do something about the climate crisis, the environmental crisis that we face. That's why we do a lot of our work. Actually, most of my work is not on the app. It's actually doing education projects, doing training programs, doing events and campaigns with different companies and local governments. And through that, we can reach an even larger number of people. So we've been very lucky the past 3 years to be able to make an impact, but we want to go much, much bigger going forward. Firstly, I'd say this time right now that we're in is the best time ever to be doing something around social impact, social innovation, because there's so many resources, from things like accelerators to investors to support systems for people out there who want to make something happen. So my first thing would be take action, because there will be so much support for you as you go about your journey. The second point would be really to focus on a specific problem. I think the more specific the problem, actually the more creative and possibly the more impactful a project or intervention can be. So really focusing on a specific problem, I think, is really important. And thirdly is to bring creativity and to bring fun into whatever you're doing, because there are many difficult moments. It's an incredible journey, but there are so many challenges. So being inspired by the people around you, having fun, and bringing creativity to the table, I think will really improve the experience for everyone.